Okay, welcome back to the second tutorial in our series on Oscar Peterson's Blues for Martha. Oh my God, so challenging. Definitely advanced, but if you're an intermediate, stick around because you really want to hear that Oscar Peterson sound and add it to your playing eventually. That's really the goal. So I'm going to start off by playing the head section. In the last video, we tackled the introduction, really fast 16th note runs. And then in this video, like I said, we're going to do the head section. Block chords is really the focus of this one. So if you want to learn how to play block chords, this is probably a good one. It's really focused on the 6th diminished scale. So what I'm going to do is play this head section for you. And then when I get right back in a minute or so, we're going to tackle it, dive in, and really discuss the sheet music. And then I'm going to post a link to the sheet music so you can download it and work on it yourself. All right, let me play it for you. All right, let's dive in and get started. It starts with this fun glissando here. It starts way up on the F. And the way you do this is you basically turn your hand upside down or your thumb upside down and play it with the nail of your thumb. That. And that way you can do it really, really quickly and it doesn't hurt at all to do that. Then you've got, at the same time, these grace notes in the bass line coming up to the B flat. And then let's dive in and start talking about these block chords, which are tough to play at this speed, but definitely something you're going to want to learn. All right, so the first few block chords are pretty easy. What's going on here, though, is the left hand is playing melody. So. And the right hand is playing block chords. So I would suggest maybe doing the right hand separately first. And it's really hard to do that right hand because it does bounce around. So with white notes, then black. So it's, in and out. So not the easiest thing to do, especially at that speed. But when you go and put them together, you've got this. I mean, I think in these sections here, pretty straightforward, just B flat chord and C minor chord, just different inversions of them. But then we start to get into this 6th diminished scale stuff. Let me post a link to 6 diminished scales if you don't know what they are. I'm going to post a link up there that you can go check that out. So what we've got here is, this is an F sharp diminished chord, then an A flat diminished chord, and then this chord should be a little bit different. I think it's an F there, B natural. I need to change this in the transcription, and D natural. So you've got a B diminished chord, and then a D diminished 7th chord, and then a B, and then a D flat diminished, and then a B flat 7, and then an E flat 7. So that's the way to think about that. So F sharp diminished. So some of those diminished chords are just inversions of each other. So those 3 there. So from the beginning of the line. Like I said, definitely going to take some practicing. It's certainly very reminiscent of Oscar to play these, left hand melody. Certainly challenging. All right, let's move on and let's tackle the next line, which is here. So now we've got just a bunch of inversions of E flat 9. So nothing too hard there, just hard to get under your fingers. And then you've got this Oscar Peterson lick here, where it's very typical Oscar to have those 16th note lick things going on. What makes it hard, though, is to play the chord at the same time. And then the left hand's playing melody. Not easy. Diminished chords here. That's a diminished chord, like E flat diminished, and then B flat. E flat 7 there, E flat 7. And then a B flat chord in inversions. And then this B flat 7 chord. So you've got a 6th tuplet here. 6 notes in the space of 2 8s. Interestingly enough, though, those notes that you play are the same notes that's in the chord, with the exception of the B flat on the bottom. G diminished to B flat 7. And then the next line, let's tackle that one. Got this descending pattern. So the one that really stands out or sticks out in that is the E7 chord, because the destination note is E flat, and there's no more space between that chord and that chord. I'm talking about this one and this one here. So you have to put a chromatic passing chord in there. So got to catch that E natural in the bass here. And then Oscar Peterson lick, where you've got another 6th tuplet here. What makes that really hard to do, it's not necessarily this part, it's transitioning from doing that to that C minor chord, because you've got to jump the hand to be able to do that. So and then big block chords here for shots. So the D flat 7, C13. The second two are easy because they're a half step apart. First one is all 5 fingers working. Basically an E flat 6 chord. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is post a link to the sheet music up here in the corner. You really want to go check that out. It's got the full solo transcription and definitely a lot of fun to learn to play. I'm going to play it for you now. I'm not going to play the entire transcription because, quite frankly, I didn't really practice it all that much. But I am going to play the introduction, the head, and then a solo, starting to tackle Oscar's soloing, and we're going to talk about his licks and things in the solo section that he usually does over blues, and we'll talk about that in the next video. All right, let me play the tune for you, and then when I get back, I'll talk about what's next. Okay, so definitely fun to play. If you're an advanced player and you're looking for something challenging to play, definitely Blues for Martha is it. It's a great transcription. I would definitely recommend that you go and download it. I did put a link to it earlier, but I'll post one below as well, so you can go check that out. In our next video, we're going to take a look at the solo section that I played and decipher some of the things that's going on. If you want to learn to play some of the Oscar Peterson licks, it's probably a good video to go to, and I'll see you in that video next. Now, if you want to give this one a thumbs up, please go ahead and do that. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell when you do, because you'll be notified of the upcoming videos that we're making. My name is Paul Tobey. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.